Hi guys, how are you? This is our first. I'm gonna check something, okay? Now it's working. Okay. Anyway, hi, how are you? How is life? How was your last day of the year? Hi, Bang. Happy New Year to you. Hey, list the following. Hi, so did you see my new ebook is out? It's online. I'm taking off the volume of the speaker, unless I'm sure you're gonna have a strange echo in your speakers. Happy New Year, Messi. Thanks. Thank you, Mauro. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Suban. So, while we are waiting for more people to come, did you see? It's online. So you can go to lulu.com, www.lulu.com, and check out the new ebook that just has been released. I'm very happy because it has been a very nice challenge, a little bit more complicated compared to the previous ebook I made. And this time I really want to do things a lot better. Also, starting from the organization, the graphics, quality of pictures, everything. So compared to the latest ebook I made in 2017, we have 10 extra pages, all new illustrations, and there is also, of course, this pastel chalk session, so that you can see step by step how to use chalks. It is interactive because there are several links on certain type of images, so that you can be connected. Sorry, there was a phone call coming at the wrong time, so that's the reason why we had a you were blocked. Can you start with the Indian Design School? We're gonna talk about a lot of things. Take you complete the whole book. How long? How long did it take me? Um, Wait just a second, because I'm reading some other messages. Checking card last day of 2018. And hello, Sarah. Hi. Okay. All right. Did you know have a beard last year? No, no. I did have. I always have. No, no. I did have. I always have my beard. So how long did it take me to make the ebook? That's someone asked me that. Bang. Well, Bang, first of all, you have to know that most of all the illustrations that are in the ebook, I made them during the whole 2018, okay? So I could search and most of all use the best ones. I mean, what I consider to be the best ones, okay? The most qualitative. And then, of course, this time I wanted to structure the ebook better. It's a little bit like when we talk about portfolio, how you structure portfolio from the beginning until the end. And of course, there is a first part which talks a little bit about myself, because not everybody know me like you guys that following me since quite few months now, which is very nice. I thank you for that. You are very patient, and basically, after this introduction part, I really made some I can say sessions, so that who is reading this ebook for the first time without knowing me, without knowing the video tutorials I made or the design talk we have, can understand, I would say, easily how the book is and what it is about, and learn from it, if possible. So as I said, all the pictures and illustrations over a year of work, but the time to put all this together so that it came out correctly, It's something that it took me around 2 months. When you start thinking how to do it, then you start doing some writing down text, correcting text, and then arranging them with the pictures, and then making modifications. So printing everything, checking again, see if the flux of images and information comes out correctly, all that stuff, until one day you say that's it, that's done. Then few problems with softwares in order to make sure that you can hi John, ciao, in order that you can publish the file on the website, because it's not easy. It's not that you just balance your file. They have a software that checks out the quality and if you did everything correctly. And if it doesn't, they don't allow you to to download the file, and they ask you to make corrections. So you have to go back and make corrections. So it takes a bit of stress because I am not so prepared about softwares and little technical stuff about informatic. I think we have a problem with. Can you see me? Let me know if you can see me. Yes. Okay. Because for a while everything was black on the screen. Okay, good. All right. So now it is 6:32. We are 17, and I would say we can start. Okay. Okay. First of all, why do I speak about design school? Because a lot of people write to me. Uh, I am in this country, for example. Last one was a nice guy, very young, 17 years old, from Australia. Please, can you tell me how can I do? Okay, so I went to search. I know that in Australia there is Monash University, which is kind of known in our environment, professional environment, and I've seen few things from them. They are not so bad. On, I think on cardesignnews.com. So I went to search for the information and I gave him three links. He could go and check. And then he told me he was worried because he said, I cannot go to USA where are the best design schools. So what can I do? Do I risk not to become a designer because here in Australia we do not have a real transportation design school as top schools like abroad. And the reflections that I make all the time is it's true that today we have many design schools, and it's true that not every design school has the same quality level. That's something that we know also because it's human, you know. Many in many fields you have many people that work in the same field. Not everybody are very good. There are somebody that are better, somebody is less. So for design students that are on the point. Okay, I try to stop and start again. Sorry for it. I think I am back. I think I am back. All right. Okay, okay, okay. Good. So if you see me, I don't write the message that I was going to restart again. Okay, let's hope that nobody's gonna call. Okay? Okay, good. So what I was saying, if you're already part of the top 5 schools in the world, okay, then it's easier. I don't want to say that you made it. I just want to say that it is easier for you because you're already part of an important school, just like people that go to Yale or to Howard University or La Cattolica in Milano or La Sorbonne in France, okay, in Paris. So you know that you are in the right institution. But what happens if some of you are in other design schools, okay? Because as I said, we have many, and you don't feel you can afford to change school to go to a more expensive school, or to go and change country to go away and get accepted in the right top design 5 design schools that we have in the world. But don't panic, okay? Don't panic. It's not that you become a car designer only if you are in CCS, Art Center, Royal College, I don't know, Pforzheim School and stuff like that. No, you still have a great chance to make it, okay? So relax. Of course, this means something to you because if I had the chance to be in art center and I had the top teachers, okay, and I think that John can tell us a little bit about him. You know, you are how can I say? You find yourself in an environment that it makes you feel secure. You feel that you are in the right place. But I can understand. But I can understand when what happens if you are not feeling that you are in the right design school, because maybe a teacher is not sketching the way you see other teachers sketch, or because the teacher is asking things that you think it's not really up to date, or because your teachers never really design a car, because this happens, okay? Well, in that case, what to do? Nothing is lost, because what the most important thing, the most important person in this school experience, it's you. Yeah, the teachers is important, the school is important, the program is important, the what you can get from the school is very important, of course. All the environment is very important because it helps you to grow, and that's okay. But the most important person is still you, because you are the student, because you are the one that wants to become a car designer, and you are the one that has to make the biggest, the most effort, the biggest effort in order to make sure to be on top. And when you do that, and you do it because you have also the talent to do it, I can assure you, whether you have a good or a bad teacher, you're gonna make it. John wrote something. Went to Michigan State. Okay, look at this. University for product design, industrial design. Then Art Center for trans design. You see, that's how John did it when he understood that after Michigan State University, he needed something extra. But what I'm talking about is also those people that cannot make that extra step in saying, I will be here and then I will go there. For example, in school, in the Italian design schools like IAD, no, okay, YAD, or IED, or SPD and stuff, I know that there are people that sometimes from those schools ask me, what do you think if I change, I go to Art Center, or to CCS, or to Pforzheim? And I say always, well, you know what? If you can, do it. Because you already can change experience. Go to America is always an incredible experience, okay? Going to Pforzheim school in Germany, it's going to be also a great experience because the school has such a powerful environment, okay? But at the same time, if you cannot do that, if you wish you could but you can't, no big deal. Don't worry. Stick to the school and try to do your best and try to do that extra step, that extra effort. And when we talk about the extra effort, I mean that you go to school, you do whatever you have to do, but you have all the sources today to search for the best references for you, and you can, of course, check those, learn from those, and implement what you think you are not getting from the school or from a particular type of teachers. You know, teachers change, especially in those schools. And the reason is very simple. Not being a public school, those schools being very professional type of schools, they need real designers that go there and teach and share a part of their know-how, just like I did for 11 years. Now, I've been someone very constant, but not too many people can be that constant. Okay, so for 11 years, I was always going to school teaching. All right. But I know that when I was managing the department, I had three, four teachers that were always there. And then I had five teachers that they were changing all the time. Every semester I had to look for new teachers because not everybody can be that constant in giving that support. So sometimes the school has top teachers and everything is perfect. Some other times the same school has three teachers that maybe they don't have the same level. And of course, the student feels like something is going wrong or something is different. But that's normal, it's physiologic. It's just like students when they come out of school. We go and see their presentations and we say, you know what? Last year the presentation was better. So we are in a low type of quality. And then 6 months later, with the new semester, we have new people that get their bachelors. We go and check and we say, you know what? This time it's better. So the school went up. John, listen to Luciano. It all comes from your portfolio, no matter what school you go to. It's true. It's true. It's true. So now that I said that, you have to understand that if you are, for example, following a course or a school in which you don't have a model shop, if I were you, I would try to understand how can I do in that same town, find someone that can teach me about modeling, or how can I do by myself? Because today, if you look at least 10 videos that explain how to work with clay, but you can do this in your garage or in your apartment, in your room. You can do it. You cut a piece of wood and stuff, you see how it works. We already talked about this in our at the beginning of this experience of videos. If you remember last year, okay, in March, we talked about clay modeling. I will talk about that soon again, of course, don't worry. And you could just improvise a 10 scale model or just a smaller scale model and say, I want to try by myself because I have to learn this because my school is not offering me that. Or if you cannot paint your model, but you can do models in your school, then why don't you go and look for a guy that or a small company that paints cars, because it's the same process, the same tools, the same paint, and you say, excuse me, I have a clay model, can you teach me? I think that everybody would help a student to learn something. I remember that in Torino, in Italy, where we did not have labs at that time, I remember that we were talking with people that worked on cars, in real cars, and they said, yeah, don't worry, you come on Saturday evening, afternoon with the students, and I will make a demo, and then we can see the students if they want to try to have fun and understand. And some students decided to buy the material, and on the terrace over the apartment, they start painting their models. Now, I know that this is not very professional, but this is something you can do if you find yourself in a situation where you pay for a school and something is missing. So you cannot go to with your portfolio and say, I'm sorry, my school didn't teach us this, so I don't know it. If I want to be a good designer, I want to find a job, I know that the other portfolios will have, from other design school, will have that model, some pictures showing the guy that is doing the work. I gotta have something in that portfolio to show that I do know how to do the same thing, even if I'm not super expert. But at least the motivation, that will be noticed. And that's true. If I see someone that on his own tries to make a model, even if this model is not super perfect, because in his school he cannot do it, I appreciate a lot that he tries because he understood or she understood that in car design or in product design, if you don't make models, it's very hard to understand once you finish the 2D or the 3D modeling what's going on in real life. And we take usually students that graduate from schools where they have a kind of almost every type of experience, just like I learned when I was a student. Okay, so to go back to the main topic, you are in the center, and you cannot claim that you are unlucky because you don't have the money to go to the super top design school. I understand that there is that difference, but in your own, you can try to cope with that and try maybe to make the difference in your school. So all the clients will go to that school, they will see that you are someone that is doing more. Mauro, wait, first Mr. Lucky Luke, Tipo. Is it possible to become a designer without traditional schooling? Ah, yes, I remember. You already wrote to me. You already wrote to me. I will answer to that. So maybe Mauro Diaz already did. There, an online car design school called Design Academy. Yes, that's true. Even if I didn't learn, yes. John also, you see, he's writing that the effort is always appreciated, of course, even if you didn't learn and specialize that in school. That's great. Now, Mr. Lucky Luke Tipple, I will give you another answer compared to what Mauro Diaz just wrote. He is partially right, partially. First of all, in a big design company like the company where I work for, which I work for, or Volkswagen, I don't know, General Motors, Chrysler, big companies, okay, global companies with big design centers where the highest level is always required. Everything starts from your bachelor or design diploma. It starts from there, which means that you went to school. Okay? You went to school. If you don't have that, you cannot get into those type of design centers because the company has the HR department, personal department. And you must know, or you should know, that each one of us that get hired, they get inside, okay, a family of people that can move up and down, no, down no, but can move up during their working career. And this is thanks to those grills that are personnel department grills. Every grill corresponds your income, okay? And if you move up, of course, you earn more money, etc. Now, you earn more money, etc. Now, what happens? If you have a design simple diploma, those that are only 2 years, 2 years and a half, 3 years, stuff like that, where you learn a little bit, but you are not university level. So if you are not, I would say that. Wait, because there is again someone that tried to call me. Tonight it's impossible. Okay, so so what happens is that you can move up a little, but the most importantly, you can get in the business, okay? And you have a certain freedom, okay, I say certain space to make a career. Now, if you are university, if you have a university bachelor, like for example mine, like John had his own, okay, then you have a bigger space to move up the ladder of the design career and make more money, okay? Then of course it's according to how many years you work there and stuff like that, how you behave, how how well, how good designing you are, how good you are for the company, etc., etc. So this is very important to clarify, because to get into a design world, you must have a diploma or a bachelor or a master. Okay? This is the first part. Now, let's get to what Mauro Diaz just wrote. Yeah, but you can go online, and you online, there are some online courses, okay? It's true. You do have some online courses. But my question as a professional, the online course is intended as a substitute of a 4 year school or a 4 year university, or a real master with a company, sponsor projects, stuff like that? Or is it intended to be useful to specialize into something, because you know that you have some lacunes and you need to learn more about what you already know a little bit? Because from a company point of view, I am sure 99%, and then I don't know if John would like to say something about this. I think that would be very, very hard to say, to take into consideration your CV before looking at your portfolio. Okay, I hope I gave an honest answer, and I don't know if Mr. Luke is happy about what I said, but to me this is the reality today. Also because this all those online courses, okay, there is one in Japan, there is Ink Tank from Germany, where I have some good friends that are excellent designers that are teaching, okay, there too. Those to me today are not schools. Like Sketch Drive, I also last year I gave courses on sketchdrive.com website. Okay, I did it for 6 months. But to me, it's just to help people to get better. Okay, basically what I do here with you, to get better. Okay, but it's not like giving a diploma or an official bachelor recognized by a government, recognized by a state, a solid paper that gives you the opportunity to be hired by a company, and from the personal department to put you in the grill, and then get the start for your designer career. Okay, good. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for appreciating. All right, so now let's talk a little bit in general, okay, about the panorama of design school, because there are some new things happening. For example, India, okay? Someone told me, please, let's talk about design school in India. Yes, Mr. Pocket edition, everything. Let's talk about a little bit about Indian design school. First of all, it is about 3 years that I have experience of going to India for work, okay? As you might know, Design Academy India, 2017, beginning of 2018, okay? It took me a full year in India, every month. I was not living there, but every month for a full week and a half, I was in India to manage this special internship in Renault Design in Chennai, with my colleagues, of course, not alone. Alone, I cannot do anything. So, and I had the opportunity to meet people that come from other design schools. Now, that was the time when ESD Rubica was going a little bit down, and other schools were going a little bit up. And then at the end of last year, there is a French school which is called, I'm sure that some of you know, is called Strat University of Design, which is from Paris, just opened in Bangalore a new school, okay, which is called Strat India. Now, I suggest you strongly to go and visit the school, or if you didn't do it yet, go there on their website, call up. If you live around there, you can go and visit, do it, because the good thing about this school, and in my opinion, this is a plus in an Indian environment, is that you have a mix between the European automobile culture, okay, and methodology, which is very close to super good design schools, okay. So there is no big difference. I know Strat because I went to give to sponsor some projects for my company with students, so I know how they work. It's pretty nice. And then you have also the Indian culture together. And the good thing is that the way they manage the school, it's very modern. Okay, so you are not, if you go to Strat, you are not in an environment that is very traditional or too traditional, because in India, sometimes environments on this stuff, about this type of topics and fields, it's kind of traditional because it's associated with the engineering world, which is very traditional. Okay, in reality, design is the opposite, as we said. It's creativity, it's alternatives, it's something that is out of the ordinary. Okay, out of the box. So Strat, India, in my opinion, it's something that you should learn, you should know, you should visit. Okay, you should know about. It's very important. Then we have NID, which is very important school, because I know because we had a few designers coming from there, where you can have a master in industrial design and you can choose transportation design projects. I know that because Renault was the first company 10 years ago saying to NID, you should ask to all the people that are really interested in car design, just let them do a car design projects. Don't worry, we will help. And that's what happened several years ago. So now NID, I would say that is naturally, moving that way, which is very nice. And they have a very nice teaching method. It is a little bit traditional, but it's very rigid. So it's lots of discipline. And I see the people come out of that school very structured in the head. And those that have good talent have the opportunity to blossom, the opportunity to explode, to show their capacity once they have the opportunity to do it. Then you have recently, I know that Rubika Design School in India just got a new property, so new people managing, and it looks like, I don't know very well, but it looks like it's starting to do like that again. So going up with the quality, with the teaching, and students population. So this is very very good because it gives the opportunity in India to have 3-4 schools as a reference that can be in competition and grow the quality. Okay, push the quality up thanks to the competition. Last one, and not the least, I know that there is, because I had the opportunity to talk to them, MIT, where they do a lots of digital and manual clay modeling, giving specific diplomas about those type of fields. So you can become a digital modeler, which is nice because they have a nice lab in which you can learn how to make CAS virtual modeling, okay? And you can also learn how to work with clay, which is manual modeling. And I can assure you that, especially in India, we need both type of professional figures. Would be very nice to have some really good clay modelers. It's still very hard, okay? So if you don't have an extra excellent creativity, but you like to make models, go and search for the school in India where you can learn how to make clay modeling, because you can do this today. You can. I'm sure, because I saw nice models have been done by those Indian schools. When I went to the auto show in February last year, a year ago. Uh, Let me read transportation design after doing automobile engineering. Okay, I will talk about that. So providing a 5-year diploma is different from a degree. So degree better. No, it's the same thing. 5 year, it's the same thing. Um, it's done in the French way. In France, we say that you can have a bac plus 4 or bac plus 5. Bac plus 5 means diploma plus 5, which means 5 years. It's the highest level that in France you can have. After that, you have a master, okay? So, or PhD, but it's not our case. We don't have a PhD in design, in car design. So, 5-year diploma is excellent because every European company and also American company recognize that diploma 5 years because it is 5 years of university. So it's just like engineering. In fact, they put it 5 years because in France engineering is 5 years, and to make sure that designers, engineers in a mechanical company like automobile have the same grill. You see, the grill is important for personnel department. When they start, when they start working at the beginning, okay? So they both have the same opportunity for career development. Okay, Chiku, so I gave you the answer. Now, Anjali is asking me, is it okay to choose transportation design after doing automobile engineering? There is a great video in which I have a lots of comments. Great video I made, which is called The Age Factor. And I don't know, probably you didn't see it. But if you go and see in the list of all the videos I made, there is one which is called The Age Factor. Why? Because the age factor is very important for designers market. Hi, for designers market. And in that video, I explained something very, very simple, which is very, very important. Okay? To become a car designer, you have a, how can I say, a fork of time, okay? That goes from 18 years old when you start school to 21, 22, 23 years old. Okay? 5 years. 18, 20, 23, 24. So all the people that come and send us their portfolios, more or less, they all come from that range of age. So this means that the age range, average, to become a professional car design in a design company, it's between 22 and 24 years of age. Now, if you already made 5 years of engineers or 6 years of engineering, in some countries, engineering is 6 years. So, and then you add 3 years or 4 years of design school, you will end up what? 27, 28, 29. 29, it's almost late. I know that in America it's a little bit different. But in Europe, it's like that. At least for what I know, according to my experience. Someone 29 years old that comes with his portfolio and tell us, hey, look, I have 5 years of engineering, 4 years of car design. This is my portfolio. This is my background. And this is my drawings. has a strong, very strong risk that his portfolio will be already old compared to a 23-year-old guy that is coming out the same day from a design school. So the chances to become a designer, to be accepted and get hired are very, very, very little. Now, the problem is not the 29 years old. Those people that, because of engineering, become car designers with a master at the age of 30 or 31. For those, it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Because you cannot pretend that you do in 1 year what other students take and do in 4 years. And you cannot do that 1 year very well if your head is formatted, it's brainwashed to be an engineer, which is the opposite of a car designer. So those are real problems that can push you probably to take a drastic decision. What I always say to those people that, in my opinion, deserve to become car designers, because I saw their sketches, because I understand that because of the family they are doing engineering, I always tell them, do your best, stop engineering and switch to car design school right away. Don't waste your time. Unless you're gonna risk that you're gonna be probably a very good engineer and very bad designer, you'll never be a designer. Because nobody will take you, because it's gonna be too late. Okay, so Anjali, I am 20, third of engineering in India. It is 4-year course. So means that you will, so Anjali, answer to me, means that you will finish when you will be 21 or 22. Right? Right, yes or no? Please tell us about for some. No, yes, okay, thank you, bravo. So, if you arrive at 24, okay, I tell you, don't take a master. I just explained why. For me, you want to be a designer, then you have to study to become a designer. And then you need at least 3 years. The only schools that give you a diploma for 3 years, okay, as university diploma, the only schools I know are in Italy. We have IAAD, okay, lots of Indians go over there to make masters, but also to study the bachelor, and in Torino, and you have also IED, in Torino, which is the other school, in which you can have a 3-year course to get your bachelor or your diploma in transportation design. But this is something you must do, because please don't make the mistake that when you will be 22 or 23, you will think that 1 year it's gonna be enough, no problem. I'm gonna learn how to sketch very quickly because I work very hard every day. It's not gonna work. You need years. You need years. Okay? Okay, so I hope I answered to your question. Allora, Pforzheim, it's probably the best design school in Europe. Okay? So for the person, I'm sorry, I cannot read your language, so I don't know what is your name, but what I can tell you, what I can tell you is that Pforzheim is a sure bet, okay? So don't worry, if you have the chance to go over there, you should run to go over there. Diploma in engineering after 10th class. Thank you. I was thinking to apply in art center. Well, if you can go to art center, it would be the best. It would be the best. But please don't do art center, the master program, the um, the what is called the postgraduate. Don't do that one. You must do the undergraduate. Okay, the one I did. It's going okay, it's 4 years, but if you study every summer just like I did, you can do it in 3 years because I did it in 3 years, but I never took vacation. Okay, there will be a lot of stress, but that's okay. That was my choice because I also was late with my age because I did 1 year university in Italy and then I changed. Do you understand? That's why I know. Okay, Gleb. All right. And you will definitely hear it in the future. Okay, that's great. I like that attitude. Wonderful. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, yeah. You see, also John, because John, being a car designer, professional designer from the other part of the world where I am, okay, I'm in Europe, but he's in America, and he's in one of the most important company in the world. And the most important thing is he's also teaching in one of the most important schools. So he knows. Can you imagine how many portfolios he receives too, like me? So he can tell you that if he says that Pforzheim is a good school, you gotta believe it. Mr. Kuna, what's the difference between a good school and a great school like Pforzheim? Okay, there are differences. Okay, let's say that today we have a sort of a flat level, okay, of the teaching method in some schools. So if before we had the big differences, the small schools became good schools, okay? It took about 5, 10 years, and that's normal. But today we can say that. So now, what I want to tell you is that the differences can be in how many things that school can offer to you to put you in condition to learn the best you can, everything you need to know to become a car designer or a product designer or a graphic designer or whatever. Okay? For example, when I went to Art Center, we had everything from lab, modeling lab, virtual lab, computers, space, all big spaces, film, photography, everything. So I learned how to make models, I learned how to paint, I learned how to work plexiglass, I learned how to work wood, I learned how to assemble models, I've learned how to make clay, I learned how to use foam. I learned lots old materials. If you go to a design school in Italy, there are one or two where they don't have a lab in which they can teach you all this. And if they do, the lab is small. It's not big, huge like it's in Art Center. I'm sure in CCS it's the same thing. Okay? So that's one of the differences. Another difference can be, for example, in sort of assistance. For example, Art Center, they have a very good program of taking a new student and follow the student until he goes out of school. Okay? And before he goes out of school, the school prepares with car companies from all over the world all the job interviews or previous job interviews, okay, that gives the opportunity to every student to have this, to make the exercise, but also to know important people that go there to see portfolios and stuff. And when you get out, the school has an office which is called the alumni office to which you can ask questions of assistance, of help. If you didn't get a job, if after 6 months you don't know what to do, you know, there's a lot of things. It's like a community. Now, this sense of community I did not find, and I could not create it, not even myself, when I was responsible in the Italian design school. And I think this has to do with the mentality, culture, local culture, which is different. In fact, I think that I am a little bit, I don't want to say American because I'm not, but I was very young when I went to America and I had been there 6 years. So I formed my head as a little man with the American philosophy more than the Italian philosophy. In fact, I'm a little bit atypical, you know? And I feel this helped me on the job. But there are a lot of people that don't think to go that far in terms of taking care of the students. And the difference also in the cost, how much money you will invest in paying a tuition for yourself, whether you are in CCS, Art Center, Pforzheim, or in smaller schools. Okay, there is a difference there too, and of course the difference shows in the type of services that the school can offer or cannot offer. I think you are very funny, and I really want to meet you. Hey, Pocket, thank you. To meet, it's gonna be a little bit complicated. You know, if I meet everybody, I think that I would have a big hand. Okay, there is another Brando Varela. I'm 23 and I just finished industrial design. Is it good to make a master on Yes. Okay, the case of Mr. Brando, it's very interesting because for him, I'm going to say something completely different than the people that come from engineering. Okay, Brando, he is 23 years old, perfect age, and he's telling us that he's finishing industrial design. So he's a product designer. It's going to be a product designer. So he already did 3 years or 4 years of industrial design, which has a sort of scholastic, course very similar to car design. Only the topic's different. So now he's asking us, because he is imagine he likes to sketch cars and he would like to get better and would like to have also that type of specialization, he's asking if he can go for a master in transportation design. In this case, I say yes, you should. Because if you want to complete yourself professionally, a good master of 1 year in your case, it will make it. So my answer is yes, you should. That's great if you like to sketch car. But first of all, you should buy my ebook, okay? And after you go to make the master. By the way, talking about the ebook, I'm gonna put you the link so that if you didn't see it, you can go and check it out, all right? And I will be very happy if you do it. I'm typing on the keyboard, so anyway, I'm very happy because this ebook is going very well. Already start selling it. I went to check, and I saw that there were not there were quite a lot of people that are buying it. Let's see. I'll put you the link, okay? So if you want, you can click. There you go. You can click and you can go and check it out. I don't know why it's here. The link for you. No, I don't know why it doesn't want me to put the link. They used to do before. That's very strange. Anyway, I'll tell you. It's very simple. You go on www.lulu.com, okay? And you look for Luciano Bove and you will see the ebook Sketching Cars will come out. Okay? So now, what time is it? It's 7:22. Any other question? So I'm doing diploma in engineering after 10th class. I don't have 12. I'm sorry, Ayush. I don't understand 10th, 12. In my head, it does. I don't know to what it corresponds. You have to tell me your age. For me, it's easier like that. You tell me your age, and I will tell you what's going on. All right? Yeah, the academies. I think they are. As I said before, they can be very useful to. It reminds me a little bit when I was young. I was not so good in math, and my mother sent me to the prof private, spending a little bit of money, extra money, so that I could have one prof just for me teaching me mathematics in private. It's a little bit the same concept using internet, which is great. And I think that those design academies online, it's a very good opportunity to have someone that is looking at your stuff and is following you for a month or a few weeks and is telling you all the mistakes you are making that can make maybe can sketch over your sketch so that you can see. Because I know, because I did it. I did it when I used to help a good friend of mine on sketchdrive.com. If you go there, it's great. I write here sketchdrive.com. You should go and, oh man, shit. I don't know why it doesn't want to put links today. Okay, anyway, sketchdrive.com. Go and check it out, because if you are interested, you can go there, you pay a little bit of money, and you have someone that is asking you to make sketches. It will give you samples. You make the sketches, you put the sketches online, and this is private. And the teacher goes over there, checks your sketches, make some corrections, and downloads the sketches corrected on your page, and then you can go and check it out, and he explains everything. That's very interesting. And that's something I used to do last year. But then I decided to dedicate myself to my YouTube channel a little bit more, and I think I did well. And that's why I'm not doing it anymore. Okay, Ayush, you are 17 years old. Okay, so this means if you are 17 years old, that in 1 year, 18 years old or 19 years old, you are eligible to start a car design school or a design school if you want. Okay. Polytechnic. Which polytechnic, Ayush? Which polytechnic? Your polytechnic in India or polytechnic in Italy? Let me understand. Pocket, about your notes. No, what is important to understand when you want to be accepted by a design school, you must show that you have talent. The design school wants you to be responsible, so of course you must have a good base of school. That's normal, okay? But the most important thing that you have talent, and that shows you show that with your entry portfolio. Now, entry portfolio, I made a video on that, okay, and I'm sure you already watched it. Just in case, go watch it again to see how you make an entry portfolio, how to prepare it. So don't worry so much about notes, but it's very important that you ask, because if in Europe it probably is not that important, maybe in India is very important for Indian schools. As I said, they're a little bit more traditional, so maybe they go and check that stuff also. So you always ask, but in Europe or in America, for what I saw, for what I know, it's not that important. Okay, Ayush, okay. So that means, Ayush, that once you finish your polytechnic, if you have an entry portfolio and you want to become a car designer, or you hope to become one, I suggest you to take your entry portfolio, go and visit your design schools around where you want to go, you choose with your parents, and you are eligible because you will have the right age, which is a very good news. Vansh Srivastava. Hello, sir. I'm mechanical engineer. All right, here is another one. Want to apply for master in transportation design. What are the colleges I can apply for and what they look in our portfolio? Okay, so I already made a video about that. I just what's your age? Vansh, tell me your age. First of all, before we start talking, let me know your age. Write down your age. If you can possibly learn skills, modeling instead of alternative sources, like could you possibly replace degree by experience from? No, 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 no. Degree by experience from No, 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 no. Kunal, no, 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 no. You cannot replace experience, replace the degree. You need a degree. There is no other way. I'm sorry. Okay, Vansh is 23 years old. Okay. Okay, Ayush, IAD is perfect for you. I'm sure, 100%. So that's great. I know that school very well. Sometimes I go there to give lecture, so it's good. I taught in that school many years ago. 23 years old, Vansh. That's okay. That's fine. Now, you know what I said. I just said it. Mechanical engineer, you go and take a master. You are not becoming a car designer. You just learn something else. A little bit. Not too much, a little bit. But if you want to do it, go and do it, because your age, it's young. 23 plus a year and a half. If you come out at 25 years old or 24 and a half with engineering plus this sort of specialization in car design, I think that would be good for you and helpful. Mr. Pocket, 12 years old. You are 12. You are very young. You have to go to school. You have to go to school. Okay? When you have to go to school and sketch a lot so that when you will become 18 years old, you will be very, very good with your entry portfolio. Okay? So for now and for the next 5 years and a half, I want you, Mr. Pocket, to go to school, take good notes, and sketch a lot. Okay? So you make a good exercise. Well, you're the design. Who would be right to choose? Aniket. Ciao, good night, Pocket. Aniket, very clearly, if you want to be a designer, you choose always a bachelor, never a master, if you want to be a designer, okay? So, bachelor, okay? Bachelor. Transport design car is too late for. Hey, 30. I'm sorry, 30 years old. To me, it's late. I explain why. I explain why. 30 years old. I mean, you can learn on your own. Like, nobody is telling you stop learning. You can learn. But I think it will be very hard for you to say, okay, now I have my drawings, and now I will go just, I don't know, to Lada and I'll get hired. I think it's gonna be ultra hard. What they look for our portfolio application process. No, Vansh, there is a entry portfolio video. Go and check it out, okay? I already talked about it. And John gave me a wonderful hand with his comments when I made that video. Entry portfolio video. You see, there is a nice graphics where it's written entry portfolio. Click that video and check it out. Ayush, I don't know when I will go back to India. This year, I don't think it's possible. I have two important projects. I am too busy, and they're both here in France, so I cannot go. Well, you know what? I think I said it all for tonight. Someone asked me which are the three best design schools in the world. For me, that's only personal. It's only me, okay? Art Center College of Design, CCS in Detroit. So in America, Art Center, CCS. In Europe, Pforzheim. That's for bachelor. Okay? Then after those three, I would put together Strat College, IAAD, IED, and all the other schools that do master also, like SPD, Scuola Politecnica Design in Milan, Umea University. They only do masters, but they are not so bad. And others that now I don't have in mind. Okay, guys, RCA is great. RCA, Royal College, yes, Royal College. NID also. I said at the beginning, Aniket, NID is a good school, but NID is only master and is mainly product design. They also have car design, but I said that maybe it's interesting to go and check also in Bangalore, the new school, the French Indian school, Strat, okay? Strat Bangalore in India. Go and check it out. Check the website. Okay, so I think we finished for today. We are 30 right now. That's great. In a while, I'm gonna cook something for my dinner. I hope that for those that you're ready to go to sleep, go to sleep, rest well. Thank you very much. Thank you, John, once again for your support. Thank you, everybody, for your attention. Next time, we will sketch. And remember when I showed you on the trailer that beautiful sketch done with markers that I made last weekend? We're going to use that technique. So be ready. Next Monday, we'll use markers and ballpoint pen, okay? Ciao! Bye-bye! Now I'm going to call the people that were calling me on the telephone, that were just breaking the connection. I'm going to tell them that on Monday they don't have to call me. Okay, bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.